Self-learning module for Grade 8 Quarter 1 Week 1 Music. In this module, you are expected to discover different music of our neighboring countries in the Southeast Asia, as well as to listen perceptibly, analyze and familiarize the sample music of the Southeast Asian music, culture, and traditions. Music can be analyzed by considering a variety of its elements, or parts, individually or together. Elements of music are the building blocks of the music. Without them, music would not exist because sound itself would not exist. The following are the elements of music. 1 is timbre. It refers to the quality or the tone of the sound. It identifies the different types of sound productions, such as the choir voices, soprano, alto, tenor, or bass, and musical instruments, such as string instruments, wind, and percussion instruments. Simply, timbre is determined by the harmonic content of a sound. Number 2 is pitch. It refers to the highness and lowness of the sound. Examples of Filipino songs with high pitch are Akin Ka Na Lang by Morissette Amon, Dadalhin by Regine Velasquez, and Sayang by Aegis. On the other hand, the example of renowned Filipino songs with low pitch are Bahay Kubo, Laron Laron Sinta, and Sit. Next is dynamics. It refers to the loudness and quietness of the sound. Simply, dynamics refers to the volume of the sound. Number 4 is tempo. It refers to the speed or pace of the underlying beat, whether it is fast, moderate, or slow. 5 is duration. It refers to the amount of time or how long or short a note, phrase, section, or composition lasts. And the last one is texture. It refers to the numbers of sound in the music. Southeast Asian music, musical tradition and practice. Southeast Asian has diversity of music because of the different geographical, historical, and cultural influences in the region. Burma, Cambodia, Laos, and Thailand have Chinese influences, while Brunei, Indonesia, and Malaysia have Hindu and Arabic influences. The voice's role in music making differs in both concept and execution from European musics. The words of men and women are not always separated into high and low levels, but are chosen for their quality of color. Music is made specifically for voices. It may be performed by one or more singers with or without instrumental accompaniment or a cappella, in which singing provides the main focus of the piece. It is typically features sung words called lyrics, although there are examples of vocal music that are performed using non-linguistic syllables, sounds, and noises. Probably, vocal music is the oldest form of music since it does not require any instrument besides the human voice. Instrumental music. Music is made solely for instruments. There are no vocals, or no one is singing, or only the beat goes on. Thailand, formerly known as Siam. Thailand is known for being the sole nation in Southeast Asia that has never been ruled by the Western power. It is for this reason that the country is also called Muang Thai, which means the land of the free. Its musical principles and elements are basically derived from Chinese music, while its musical instruments are inspired from the Indian and Indonesian strings and gong chimes. The Thais combined and adapted this to their culture and crafted their own unique music. Their music is not only confined to the royal courts, but is also used extensively in dance, theater, and in ceremonies. Thai folk music consists of simple songs and simple melodic lines. Its main focus in singing is the articulation of the text rather the style or technique of execution. Songs of Thailand have inherently poetic lyrics which allow a singer or performer to easily define the melodic lines. It provides the singer the opportunity to improvise song text to suit the given occasion. The interpretation of the singer gives meaning to the sacred and spiritual essence of songs with pre-rhythm, while melodies may either be interpreted or written in the high or low register with long or short durations. Thailand has three primary instrumental ensembles, like the other ensembles in Southeast Asia: Pipat, Kreang Sai, and Mahori ensembles. Pipat. It is a mid-sized orchestra that is performed in either outdoor style with hard mallets or indoor styles with padded mallets. This ensemble has different types, but the highly ornate one is traditionally associated with funerals and cremation ceremonies. Krueng Sai. It is an orchestra that combines some of the percussion and wind instruments of the pipat with an expanded string section. This group is primarily used for indoor performances and for the accompaniment of stick puppet theater. Mahori. This ensemble is traditionally played by women in the courts of central Thailand and Cambodia. Because of this, instruments for this ensemble are historically smaller. Indonesia is considered as the world's fourth most populous country and is the fourth biggest nation of the world. Through the interaction with other cultures such as Indian, Arabic, Chinese, and European, a wide range of musical styles has been developed. Today, contemporary music of Indonesia is popular not only in the region but also in the neighboring countries. Vocal music is used as ornamentation of the gamelan. It is as important as gamelan in Indonesia. Pesinden is a female soloist singer who sings with a gamelan, while gerong refers to the unison male chorus that sings with the gamelan. The gamelan orchestra is the most popular form of music in Indonesia. There are many types of gamelan, but the famous are Javanese and Balinese gamelan. It contains a variety of instruments such as metallophones, xylophones, kendang, and gongs, bamboo flutes, bowed, and plucked strings. There are two types of gamelan music in Indonesia. Balinese gamelan is highly influenced by Western genres of music. When it comes to style, the Balinese gamelan is more dynamic and energetic in playing their music. They often use progression and unpredictability, while the Javanese gamelan is more suited for palaces and temples, because of its low-pitch arrangement. Their gentle approach to sound is also accompanied by vocalists who make it appropriate for meditation. Each style has a misty effect with a feeling of tranquility and peace. Malaysian music is largely based around percussion instruments. It has multicultural influence and is believed to have originated in the Kelantan-Patani region with a mixture of Indian, Chinese, Thai, and Indonesian influences. The music of Malaysia may be categorized into two types. Classical and folk music emerged during the pre-colonial period and still exists in the form of vocal, dance, and theatrical music, while the syncretic or acculturated music developed during the post-Portuguese period or 16th century contains elements from both local music and foreign elements of Arabian, Persian, Indian, Chinese, and Western musical and theatrical sources. Musical instruments of Malaysia are greatly associated with their culture and roots. Due to colonization, the stages of development of Malaysian instruments are great. They share some common features with Indian musical instruments. After the colonization of Malaysia by the British, the musical development was influenced by Western music. We have four musical ensembles and types of performances in Malaysia. One is Agong and Kulintang. This is a gong-based musical ensemble commonly used in funerals and weddings in East Malaysia. This type of ensemble is similar to the Kulintang of the Philippines, Brunei, and Indonesia. Two is Kertok. This is a musical ensemble from the Malay Peninsula that consists of xylophones played swiftly and rhythmically in traditional Malay functions. 3. Dikir Barat. This is a type of musical form that is important to Malaysia's national culture. It is performed by singing in groups and often in a competitive manner, usually with percussion instrumental accompaniment or sometimes without instruments at all. 4 is the Silat Melayu. This is a form of martial arts that is similar to Tai Chi. It originated in the Malay Peninsula since the Christian era and is a mixture of martial arts, dance, and music, usually accompanied by gongs, drums, and Indian oboes. Myanmar was known as Burma until 1989. The music of Myanmar or Burma has similarities with many other musical traditions in the region, including Chinese music and Thai music, probably because its longest land border is shared with China. Myanmar's musical instruments are categorized into two types, the loud-sounding and soft-sounding. The loud-sounding instruments are performed in open-air ensembles at ceremonies and festivals. Most of the Saingwine instruments belong to the loud-sounding category. For more formal and classical performances that are performed indoors, the ensemble may be accompanied by the songgok, the national instrument of Myanmar, which has 13-string angular harp with soft sound. the patala or the Burmese xylophone, or the piano and violin, both introduced during colonial rule. Cambodia is one of the most beautiful countries in Southeast Asia. It is also known as Kampuchea. Their music gained a worldwide reputation in the 1960s until the dramatic political problems in Cambodia. Art music is highly influenced by ancient forms as well as Hindu forms. Cambodian court music is roughly like that of Java, Indonesia. They feature choruses with large orchestras based on struck keys and gongs. Cambodian people are also absorbed and adapted Indian, Chinese, European, and other cultures to suit their own traditions and tastes that resulted in a distinct Cambodian culture. The Pin Piat is the Cambodian musical ensemble or an orchestra that usually accompanies ceremonial music of royal courts and temples. Music is always part of their court dances, mask plays, shadow plays, and religious ceremonies. This group is like the Pinpat ensembles of Thailand and usually consists of 9 or 10 instruments.